What's up, everybody? It's Clearance Isle, and today we're going to become Thanos. Welcome back, everybody. Today I've got some Thanos gameplay for you. In this video, I get 8 kills before taking the gauntlet, transforming into Thanos, and ending with a 10-kill Victory Royale. So the Infinity Gauntlet is a limited time mode in which the Infinity Gauntlet crashes to the map, allowing one person at a time to transform into Thanos and wield the power of the Infinity Stones. The game starts, the new circle is already visible, and the storm starts closing in right away. Absolutely do not get caught in the storm. I would recommend not even landing hardly outside of the new circle at all when you drop, because the first storm ticks for 5 and the following ticks for 10. A minute or so after everyone is out of the bus, the gauntlet crashes into a random spot inside of the new circle like a meteor. You'll be able to hear it, and you'll also be able to see it on your minimap and your compass. A pretty popular strategy right now seems to be to stay in the air with your umbrella or glider deployed to wait and see where the gauntlet will crash and then go for it. Personally, I don't like that. It feels a little cheesy. Plus, you've got all these people going for a gauntlet. Nobody's got a weapon, and then that Thanos ends up with a bunch of kills, and you don't want that to be you. So once you become Thanos, you will start out with 200 shield and 700 health. The only way to heal up is to eliminate an opponent, which fully recharges your shield. So try and get into fights to keep your health up. For abilities, you basically have a punch, a jump, and a laser ability. Your jump takes time to charge, making you super vulnerable to gunfire. But once you lift off, you go very high, and it's hard to get shots on you. Once in the air, though, you can use your punch ability to strike the ground quickly. That's got an area of effect damage, as well as you can use your laser when you're up in the air, but you will remain still. You'll sort of hover there in the air and use your laser. So once again, that makes you really, really vulnerable. Your punch ability is pretty effective. I wasn't completely sold on it early on, but it does quite a lot of damage to players and absolutely obliterates structures. It's also a good way to move around. Your laser ability is a constant stream of damage from your hand. It only does 12 damage each tick, but can be pretty deadly in close range attacks. I have a pretty high sensitivity on my controller, so it can be kind of hard to control if enemies are in that mid to long range distance. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about strategy. I was able to get 3 victories in this mode so far today. 2 I won as Thanos, and 1 I won against Thanos. So my first tip would be, don't use your jump ability as Thanos if you're in a battle, unless you're really high on health and you got full shields and it's just a one-on-one. The reason for that is it takes a long time to jump, and it's really easy for the other players to just sit there and headshot you. So use your jump to move around when you're not seeing enemies, and use it for reconnaissance. Just jump in the air, try to figure out where somebody's at, try to land right on top of them, and use your other abilities to get the kill. If you can avoid it, don't dive in or attack multiple enemies unless they're really close together. It's really easy to get focused by multiple enemies. If you're focused on one guy and you're moving slow, it is really easy for them to just set up and just get constant headshots on you. If you find yourself right on top of an enemy, use your punching ability before you use your laser ability. I believe the punching ability is doing 80 plus damage per hit. I've seen Thanos take out players really quickly with that punching ability. Now, playing against Thanos, besides the obvious choice of a Scar, the weapons you might want to grab would be the LMG, the minigun, the pump shotgun, and a sniper rifle. Those weapons do a lot of burst damage, and as soon as that Thanos sits still, if he's charging for his jump, if he's hanging out in the air trying to use his laser ability, or just focused on another player, you can absolutely mow them down with these weapons. An LMG headshots, if he's just sitting right in front of you charging his jump, you can do a lot of damage. And the same goes for miniguns. The pump, you can really set up those headshots if he's really close to you. And the sniper is perfect for those long ranges because Thanos will sit still, whether it's again for the jump or he's just running away. So there's a lot of time to line up those nice sniper headshots. I would also suggest not focusing too much on Thanos. You have to remember that there are other players in the game, so try to remember, keep them in the back of your head. Personally, I wouldn't go for Thanos right away because a lot of players are going to be doing that. For me, my victories have come from hanging back, working on the other players, and kind of slowly moving towards Thanos to try to catch him in the top 5 or the top 10. And my last tip would be to use jump pads to move around the map, especially in the late game. It can be really hard to quickly escape Thanos if he jumps right on top of you. He's got that punch ability that just does a ton of damage. So if you can keep the jump pads from being destroyed, try to place a couple maybe around that final circle to just move around quickly. He's going to be able to destroy them easily, but jump pads are spawning a lot more often in this game mode that it seems. So if you find yourself in the end game, switch over to your jump pads and be ready to toss down that floor piece, toss down a launch pad to escape Thanos, get some distance on him, and then put some shots on him. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you've gotten a victory with Thanos or against Thanos. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.